Previously on Natural Dreams Revelation.
Your father doesn't have much time left, so I'm gonna die.
Wrong! I refuse to accept that.
Look, I'm sorry that your father just dropped us so sudden.
Mom, I get it.
He wants to protect his family.
Only you're so convinced that your shooting is the reason. Life is too damn short to be guessing.
So, is that...
Yeah. We'll be honored to move in with you and Oscar.
No.
No, 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 no! And as Chad ran to where Katie is and got down and tried to feel pulse.
Katie.
Katie! Meanwhile, David came in and saw what's going on. Just as Chad turned and saw him. And as David sensed that Chad is not happy. Meanwhile, at the Preston Ridge Manor in the living room, Chad's surprised by David's arrival. And as he got up and faced him, "You son of a bitch!" And as Chad ran and tackled David to the ground and started punching him repeatedly in the face. Meanwhile, at Angela and Vince's house, Vince came in and saw it's empty. Just as Isabella came downstairs to where he is, and he saw her. "I knew you'd be here, and I think I know why." Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Howard's room, Howard's lying in bed, thinking. Just as Lindsay came in, rolling Taya in the room, and Howard saw them. Meanwhile, at the Preston Ridge Manor in the living room, Chad keeps punching David in the face. And he stopped. "Say something! How could you kill the only woman I loved?" "Dude, the line only makes it worse. But you already knew that. You wanted to send me a message. I got it loud and clear." And as Chad got up and took out his gun, just as David also got up, just in time for Chad to punch David back to the ground. "You made your point when you came with your guards and tried to intimidate him, and as Chad kicked him in the stomach, didn't you? Too bad it's not gonna work. Now say goodbye, stop!" And as Michelle came in and saw what's going on, "What the hell are you playing at, Chad?" And as Chad saw Michelle, as if you don't know already, "Your husband's killed my girlfriend, and now," and as David got up and started thrusting the gun through Chad, just for Chad to knee him in the stomach, and as David fell to the ground, "He is gonna die." And as Chad in turn points the gun at David. Meanwhile, at Angela and Vince's house in the living room, Isabella and Vince are talking. "What are you doing here? I thought I made it quite clear that can we just talk? Because last I recall, you blamed me for ruining your life when I didn't. Maybe, but when you found out, you did nothing but a revenge of sorts. Remember, you walk away from me to be with Andrew. Yes, I know that. I just realized how much you meant to be afterwards. So you thinking, now I'm back to who I am again, that you and I can have a chance to be together. And I'm getting you right." Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Howard's room, Taya and Howard are talking. "What do you want? I had to cancel plans with my husband, so this better be important." "It is. It's about my future. And I may not be in." "Howard, Don't do this cryptic dance you always do. Just tell me what's going on.
Fine. I have an inoperant tumor. Marcus ran triple tests triple times, and it came out the same.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This cannot be happening.
Look, I know the timing of this is terrible, but I didn't know till now. He said it was undetected, so basically, I don't have much time on this earth as I know it.
Anastasia turned and wheeled herself to the table and stopped. And it's Howard's song.
Please say something.
Meanwhile, in Helen's room, Helen is holding her newborn. Just as her husband CJ came back to where she is and arrived. Isn't she amazing?
Yeah, she really is.
And as they in turn have a flashback of CJ helping Helen deliver her baby. Okay, I see the head now. One more push should do it. You ready? Yeah, I am. All right, push! And as Helen begins screaming, till baby begins crying, and as CJ successfully pulled her baby out of his wife's womb. We have a girl, and as Helen laid back down, just as CJ finished wrapping their daughter in the blanket, and came to where she is, and hands her their daughter where she got. And as Helen began holding it, just as the flashback ends, just as Allison and Ashley came in. Oh my God, and as Helen and CJ saw her. Hey Mom, Allison, I want you both to meet, well, how shall I say this? Your granddaughter. And yeah, I get it. Meanwhile, at the Everglade Witch Manor in the living room, Angela and Damon are talking.
Look, whatever it is, we can face it together.
I know you're angry at my other sister for what she's done. And frankly, I am too. Honey, she played God with our lives. There's literally nothing you can say that can justify of what she did to us. I know that. She was clearly mad at me for having her ex move on with Mildred. Okay, getting back to what you wanted to tell me. It's about why Nate and I slept together. I remember you saying when I thought I was Vince that he wanted to help keep Michael's true paternity a secret. Is there more to it? Yeah, there is. He also knows that I slept with Warren Lovett.
Meanwhile, at the Grand Pub, Gwen and Joshua are talking while finishing their meal.
I hope you don't mind I treat you, even though your family owns this.
Have you forgotten your family too?
I just want to say, I didn't mean running out on you because that patient really need me.
Gwen, it's fine. Trust me. You're a doctor. That's what you do. Well, chief of staff, more like it.
Yeah, it bears more responsibilities as I know it.
That's why you have Maxine as your backup when you're not there and all.
True that. You mind I ask you something more personal?
Sure.
Did you regret being married to me?
What's going on here?
And as Kevin came to where they are,
and Gwen and Joshua saw him.
Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner, Rita's sitting in the booth reading a book on her iPhone. Just as Eric came to where she is and saw what she's doing. Anything interesting I should know about? And as Rita saw him, Eric, and as he came across,
and sat across from her in the booth just as she turned her iPhone off and put it down. How are you? I've been better. And you? Yeah, I'm alright. Rita, I know you very well, and it's clear you're not. So what's going on? You have enough to handle at the moment. It doesn't mean I can't help out a mate. So what is it? The thing is, I've been getting some rather threatening text messages from someone, and it's really freaking me out. Say no more. What do you mean? I'm gonna move in with you till Adam returns in order to keep you safe. Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner, Rita and Eric are talking. Whoever said Shuri wasn't dead is obviously lying. Seriously, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. Look, Eric, I appreciate that, and I do, but you're a married man and have kids. Well, Rita, it's fine. Besides, I'm quite certain Gwen will understand under the circumstances. I just want to look after you, and I admire that. Besides, you forget that I have my own family to look after me. Not to mention my son Mac's protection. Then the security guards at the house. So rest assured, I am 100% safe. You know, speaking of which, when is your husband coming back? He'll be soon, and that's all I can tell you at the moment. Alright. If anything, you'll be the first to know. And as Eric got up and head to another booth and sat down while Rita got her iPhone off and opened it and saw the text message saying he can only stay hidden for so long till the unthinkable happens. And as Rita put her phone down, reeling from the text she got. Meanwhile, at the Preston Ridge Manor in the front area at the entrance of the living room, which is now blocked by a caution tag, Michelle, Bruce, David, and Chad are watching just as Steve came to where they are. And they saw him. Alright, which one of yous were there at the time? I found her like that. So are you gonna do what you've been paid to do? Dude, dial it down. Are you for real here? Chad, look, Steve, I'm sorry. He's a bit in a shock right now. I don't need you to speak for me. What happened to you? And as Steve looked at David, who saw, got into a fight with one of the staffs because I fired him and he didn't agree. Okay. Was there anyone else there at the time? I believe I can answer that question. And as Tamara came downstairs to where they are, and Michelle, David, Chad, and Steve saw her. Do you know what happened? Yeah, I do. Why don't we go upstairs in one of the rooms if you don't mind? You're already here. It's no problem. And as Tamara and Steve went upstairs, just as Charity and Lucas came down to where Chad, Michelle, and the Bruce David is, and they saw them. Why are the police here? Yeah, did something happen? And as Chad looked at Michelle and David, who saw, why don't you ask these two? I'm certain they can fill you in. Meanwhile, at Angela and Vince's house in the living room, Isabella and Vince are talking. Maybe not right away, but eventually. Do you hear yourself right now? You and I are over since 1999. That was 10 years ago. You mean when I found out you and Andrew were sleeping behind my back because you felt, I don't know, bored of us being, I was young and foolish. So this is my fault. Wrong. Back then, I didn't realize how much I loved you till now. I admit, I have done some twisted thing seriously? You destroyed multiple people's lives, including your own niece, by sleeping with her ex-husband. That is why we can move forward with our lives with a new slate. You're not listening. If you honestly think that we're just gonna go to the sunset again, then you're more daft than I give you credit for. I have to take care of something. Be gone when I'm back. And if I hadn't made myself any clearer to you, here's a reminder. There is no we, and there will never be a we. And as Vince went and left his house, and as Isabella thinking, we'll see about that. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Howard's room, Taya and Howard are talking. And as Taya turned and rolled back to where Howard is in her wheelchair, I don't know what sick and twisted scheme you managed to concoct with this, but you have crossed the line this time. You really think I'm making this up? You said the timing, meaning I gave birth to my twins for Brody. So in order to keep up Taya, I don't want to mess up your marriage. You damn right you ain't. This is beyond low even for you. Only thing is, he's not lying. And as Sharon and Tyler came in, and Taya and Howard saw them, Carly's comforting Tanya. She's very distraught over the news. Tell me this, and it's Taya look at Howard who saw. How much time do you have left? Less than 3 months. So you see, I want to cherish all the time I have with you lot here together. Mom, I know it's a lot to take in, but please excuse me. And as Taya turned her wheelchair and began rolling out, and eventually leaving Howard's room, and as she rolled down the hall, and eventually stopped, and as she put her right hand on her mouth and began crying, and as she continued rolling and went in an empty patient room, and as she in turn closed the door, as the music continued playing, while in Helen's room, Ashley is holding her granddaughter, while Allison, Helen, and CJ look in joy. Meanwhile, at the Grand Pub, Gwen and Joshua are surprised by Kevin's arrival. Well, this surely looks inviting. You know our brother is married to dude. This isn't a date. Yeah, we're just good friends, happen to have a good time. Really? Because memories serve me correctly, you two lot didn't exactly part on good terms. Which is why we're making up for that lost time. Yeah, isn't there a case that needs solving right now? Alright, Rice Guy. I just came to check up and see what's going on while waiting for my takeaway. Anyways, chatter away. And as Kevin turned and head back to where the bull stool is, while Gwen and Joshua are talking. You know how family is. I know. Always stick together and protect and look out for one another. Loyalty means a lot around our families. I'll say. Where exactly were we talking about? I don't know. I believe we're at the part where I ask you, regretting being married to me. Far from it, love. You have been the best thing that's ever happened in my life. Meanwhile, at the Everglade Ridge Manor in the living room, Angela and Damon are talking. Warren as an Elena's ex-husband, That Warren Lovett? Yeah. I guess when we met, he became smitten with me as well as, yeah, I remember that part. When did you slept with? Last Christmas, after the musical. Of course, you were Vince at the time. Why are you telling me this? Because I don't want to keep secrets, especially from my husband who I love so much in this world. I love you too. And thank you for your honesty. And I'm not gonna hold that against you, seeing that I did not know who I was. Well, I'm glad you're back to yourself and to me and our daughter Holly. You still don't like him, do you? Because there surely is a reason to why you confessing this. The only person I want to be is standing right here before me. And I assure you, I'm not letting nothing come between us. Meanwhile, in Hollywood, at the Greyhound station parking lot, there's a bus with passengers exiting and going about their way. Soon, Warren is the last one getting off the bus. And as he sees the view of Hollywood, on the next Natural Dreams revelation, I feel so lucky to be given this chance to be with you. This is gonna work out, I promise you. Vince, where's your wife? Do I know you? Because I'm sure I've never seen you. Charity's right. Katie must have been onto them, so they had to deal with her. Well, I'm gonna deal with them myself. I may have a way to keep you distracted from all of what is happening. Meaning, how would you like to make some extra cash?